That's great. You can see where it's at, right?
Yeah, we get to learn how rigged up the shoes
You know what
are.
this reminds me of? When they do speed tests, the black and white background,
Yeah.
and they can measure how quickly in time, how quickly it goes across, and then they can generate its speed, right? Mythbusters did that all the time. They would set up that force, you can see how fast. Same idea here.
Usually we'll start here, bring it down to it. Touch it. We just kind of touch it there a bit.
Yeah.
Get it there. You know it's barely touching. Like
idea.
that.
Yeah.
When it was really wore out, I'd have to come down 2.5, 3 thou.
Yeah.
Now I'm lucky if I go 1.5 thou, and then go. So, and I'll just take her about there.
1.5.
Yeah. And then I'll,
Now, do you lock? You don't. You just.
yeah, I
snug,
still got to
right?
lock that there.
So when you're,
This here.
yeah. So when you're, unless you're changing the adjustment, you're just locking this guy down.
Yeah. And now I usually hunker down. I usually, after so many too, will check these.
Yeah.
Because they will also become loose, right, from the vibration. But see how he tightened that up? See how I can still move that?
A little bit, yeah.
Before you couldn't.
At all.
It would lock that bugger right
Well,
in
we
place.
just put that new one in.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is all new. This
Oh,
whole
okay.
assembly is
Yeah,
all new.
oh, yeah,
New
I can
screw.
see it now,
This is
yeah.
all brand new.
Yeah.
So it should be better than it was.
Yeah. Which I'm not.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
old one used to, like when
Yeah.
I locked this, it would lock that.
Right. I
How
see.
it did,
Yeah.
I figured it was just tension. I'm like, how the fuck is that locked?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
It don't make, like to me, it didn't make sense
Right.
because it's not anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I think I rotated that for me.
Yeah.
Turn that on. Turn it off. I'll probably do it now because it's not going. Usually it's catching the shoe by now. So usually I'll just hit that, give that a pull back. If it goes back, usually
Now it should be.
yeah, it should go.
And you didn't have to do that before, obviously.
Not really clean.
Feel like that screw might be warm. When that screw is warm, especially like at the end, just follow right through that last thread. If you're masking it out before it starts, because the distance, and you're pulling against it, not good one. It probably just is a little bit around it. There's a seam on the back side too. So they got one down with the spring, and the spring takes it on the back. There's something weird there too, that's stopping it. It's stopping it right in the seam, maybe. At one time, that happened. We could replace that. We'll see how it something with the guy. She's not lying. She goes, I don't know. Some of these are right. So I have to like run this video. And that one was like a 2 or 3 further. And then, you know, you look at the picture. It's all public. You can see that big crack on the field. Yeah. In the middle. It's very good. It was like 8 or 9 on that side. Oh, yeah. It was not how dangerous. Not so whatever. Yeah, he's still alive. Wayne. Yeah.
Dougie and Johnny were known. They live in Dutton.
He's alive. He's out of jail.
Is he out? Palestine, that's it.
Yeah, he's out of jail, man. He's on like, he made parole, but he lives somewhere, I don't think that's far.
I gotta put these on. There it is.
So now you go deeper.
Yeah, I'll probably only, I don't think I'll go 1,000.
Half a pound maybe?
Just a little over, yeah.
A 0.6, something
Yeah.
like that. They need to put a knob on this.
We could just get a lever.
Even, no, but you know like the old Protect 220, the back knob, the narrowed round one? Because you don't want to leave it. Because let's say it's going, you know, you don't want to pull it straight.
I can sort that.
Can you? Can you?
Watch you find out, right?
What? That's how it's supposed to find you. That's probably, that could be the majority of it though.
Yeah,
I just
it's
have
only
the bottom.
because it's from center over. So if it went to hammer on, that's the big movement there.
This side's like perfect.
Yeah,
On the bottom.
yeah. Yeah, and the bottom
Bottom
is
people are top, right? Yeah, that was nice too.
Yeah, lately in that, so, and because the mice show, I try to get them more straight. So if that was on the unit, if it was just that center, I'd definitely leave it. And the back wouldn't matter so much because it's travel. It's the front that does the big movement. And when it does that movement, that will adjust up.
Are they all mounted up and down? The other side.
No, ours are always like those.
So hold on, I have a question. Yeah. If we were to do that, and you set the gas, you're gonna yank to do that, it's probably a cat, right?
And I did